Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Super Jeremy World. I'm super excited for today because as you know, last week I put out a teaser that I'd have a console unboxing, and this is in conjunction with RetroGameTreasure.com. So I've subscribed to the monthly box. This is actually my first unboxing, but while I was signing up for their service, I saw that they had a console shop on their site, and it got me really excited. I went through there and saw they had a Sega Genesis, and you know, I mentioned in my teaser, my channel trailer, I've never owned a Genesis, but I had a friend who had one when I was growing up. Went over to his house and saw Sonic, and the system just looked amazing compared to my original Nintendo. So I've always really been interested in the system. Finally had a chance to buy it. They had it very reasonably priced, $35 for the system. I did a little bit of research because when I first was like, hey, I'd like to get a Genesis, man, there are so many out there. You got the 1, 2, and 3, and even many variations on the 1. So just bottom line, what I found on a brief search, and feel free to correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong or if I found bad information. I was recommended to find the very first edition of the console, which included the label high definition graphics across the top and also the EXT port on the back. So I was emailing with Retro Game Treasure just to find out which console they had. Did they have that exact one where it said high definition graphics and have the EXT port? They said they did, and that's the one that they would send me. So without further ado, this is my mega unboxing for May 2020 for Retro Game Treasure. So I should have a Sega Genesis Master Console. I should have an extra controller, and also my first box of games for Retro Game Treasure. So let's have at it. My handy little pocket knife here, and try not to cut too deeply, just enough to get it started, and we'll see how we do. Okay. Lots of bubble wrap. Okay, and what do we have first? We do indeed have our first Retro Game Treasure box. So very excited to have that. Controller number 1. I went ahead and ordered just 2 of the standard 3-button controllers. I figure I'll get on to the 6-button style later, but I really just kind of wanted to have that initial experience. What's in there? Okay, we got, wow, one of the larger power bricks that I've worked with. Definitely heavier than the ones I have for NES and Super Nintendo. More fluff. And here we go. There she is. We've got the Sega Genesis. And so far we've got high definition graphics across the top. And look at that. Right on the back, EXT port as promised. So I'm super excited about this. Jeremy now owns a Sega Genesis, and as you know, the other day I did put it in order. I wanted to make sure I had a few good games, so I got Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Aladdin, and then also subscribed to Retro Game Treasure and Video Games Monthly, so that I can pick up some early titles for those, hopefully. Last thing in here, we've got AV cable for the system. So perfect, should be everything that I need to get started. And one last bit of bubble wrap. Okay, and unfortunately, it looks like we've got some broken plastic in the bottom. So we'll have to do a close examination here and see where that came from. Yep, our back corner got busted out. So unfortunately that was damaged during shipping, it looks like. So we'll have to put in an email about that. But It looks like it will be cosmetic only damage, and we'll see if she fires up just fine. It does appear that I have all the pieces. So again, Sega Genesis, very excited to get started with there. And while we've got that on the table, let's go ahead and check out our first box from Retro Game Treasure. I've seen a lot of people open these. Really excited for the first one. So here we go, getting started, and let you guys see what's coming out. So we've got original Nintendo, and we have Nintendo World Cup. Okay, so we've got, looks like a soccer World Cup. Thank you to Mike C for your Nintendo game, World Cup. I have not played a soccer game on the Nintendo, so I'm really excited to have that guy. Okay, next up, we have WrestleMania, also for the NES. I'll tell you, Hulk Hogan on the title there, it gets me really excited. I have no idea if this is a good game or not, but I loved Hulk Hogan back in the day. This looks like it's WWF, which that's the last time I really followed major wrestling, was when it was still called WWF. So I'm actually really excited for this. I'm imagining we'll see some of the guys like Ultimate Warrior, Randy Savage, and of course Hulk Hogan. So that's exciting. Okay, what do we got next? Okay, got another original Nintendo game, Infiltrator. Okay, and here on the cover, it looks like we got some sort of helicopter, fighting helicopter. So it could be an exciting one. It looks like it was done by Mindscape Inc. I actually have not heard of that game developer, so I'm excited to try that one out. Okay, I think we've got, at least, oh, there's a Genesis game. Okay, and what do we have? Ayrton Senna's Super Monaco GP2. So a racing game for the Genesis. That'll be fun, because as you know, I just have the Sonics and Aladdin, so this will be another fun one to try out on the new Genesis. So glad they hooked me up with a Genesis game since they sent the console. And little filler. Oh, and we've got a boxed game. And what do we have? We have Sonic Spinball for the Sega Genesis. And not complete, but we do have the case. So that's pretty cool. Cartridge appears to be in pretty good shape. So there's Sonic Spinball, which I would imagine is some sort of attack pinball, but again, first time owner, so we'll see how we go. That is really cool. So with Retro Game Treasure, you sign up, you get your monthly box, you can get 3 to 5 games, and this month I did end up with 5. So we had, again, Sonic Spinball for the Genesis. We had Ayrton Senna's Super Monaco GP2 for the Genesis. And then for original Nintendo, World Cup Soccer, WWF WrestleMania, and Infiltrator. So lots of great titles for this month. And also really excited to get the Genesis hooked up. Hopefully we can see some gameplay soon. Now, if you're interested in signing up for Retro Game Treasure, I actually have a coupon code for you guys now, so you can sign up, and when you sign up, if you at checkout put in the coupon code SUPERJEREMYWORLD, you'll get $2 off your first month subscription. And just to be fair, I don't get any kickbacks from it, except I do get a free box for every 3 people who sign up. And that's for anyone who has an account with them. You'll have a personalized code, a link that you can share with your friends, and if you get 3 people to sign up, you get that perk too. So it's not just me, but anybody can do that. But not everybody has a special code. So sign up with the code SuperJeremyWorld. You can get some really cool games, and they have some consoles that are priced competitively. So check that out. And just really excited. Thank you so much for tuning in today for what's my first unboxing video. So thanks so much. See you guys next time.